Today we're going to be talking about one of Trinity's hallmark bellwether ministries called Bountiful Blessings.
Every household has something going on, and she gets to hear what's going on in their families. She gets to pray with them, and they pray for us.
We've been doing it for a while.
Well, so we really are right at the 15th anniversary. We didn't, when we started this conversation, we hadn't really thought about that. Well, this is a 15th anniversary conversation now we're at. Welcome, friends, to a new episode of Tacos Al Pastor. We're so excited for you to be joining us today on YouTube, podcast, wherever you're finding us today and joining in. We're going to be telling some stories this fall about stories in the life of Trinity Baptist Church, stories of mission and ministry and people, and what God is doing in our midst. And today we're going to be talking about one of Trinity's hallmark bellwether ministries called Bountiful Blessings. And I'm joined by two of our leaders, Ruth Cawthon and Kelly Johnson. Welcome. We're so glad y'all are here today.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit, how long have y'all been involved at Trinity, each of you?
I got to Trinity in 1982.
Okay. All right.
Have been there ever since.
All right.
My mom was a music secretary at a church in Fort Worth, and she knew Tommy Lyons.
Okay.
And so that was her suggestion. And so went, and it fit. And we lived on Fort Sam.
Okay.
So it was real close.
Yeah.
And so that's where I raised my family and got involved.
All right. Wonderful.
1987. Okay. Mark and I started attending.
So y'all are both just getting started then.
Yeah. Mike Butler invited Mark, and Mark invited me, and we started attending together.
Really?
And Mike and Diane also got us involved in the preschool department, and we served with Pastor Debbie for 20 plus years in the preschool department. And it's been about 6 years now that we've been out of the preschool department, and we're just serving in different areas of the church now. Awesome.
Well, wonderful. Well, we do have tacos this morning from My Tia's, not me Tia's, but my, M-Y Tia's, a little Spanglish working there. We've got some carne asada, and we have some chorizo and egg with potato as well. And so we will enjoy these as we visit. I'm going to take a bite, but I'm going to ask a question first. So give us an overview of Bountiful Blessings. What is Bountiful Blessings? And then we may talk about kind of some of the history of how it got started here at Trinity.
Bountiful Blessings is a food ministry predominantly. That's the main focus. We have partnered with the San Antonio Food Bank, and we order and get food from them and then bring it to the church. And then we have people that are referred to us. We've got staff. We used to have a whole bunch of Alpha Home ladies, alumni that came. We've had the Hispanic Baptist Seminary send people, lots of different folks that have been referred to us, and we make up these boxes of food and hand them out to those families, and we do that once a month.
So the food arrives, or we go pick up the food. Volunteers go get the food from the food bank on Thursday. A bunch of volunteers break down huge crates and boxes into how many families are we helping a month right now?
This last month we did 191.
191. So break them into 191 or however many it is boxes. Right. And what's your guess the amount of food that goes into a box on a given month?
We estimate it's around 65 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
There's also cold and frozen food that are added to it on Saturday, and so as available.
Yeah.
And so on average, it's about 65 pounds.
So we pack all the boxes volunteers do on Thursday, and then Saturday morning, bright and early, folks line up in the parking lot with some of the same volunteers, some additional volunteers, and distribute to everybody on Saturday. So where did this begin? How did this get started at Trinity?
In 2007, there was an organization that had been started by a pastor in Atlanta called Angel Food. And they distributed pre-made boxes that had about like 7 entrees and then a few things that went along with that. And they were offered for, I don't know, it was something like $24 or something like that.
My church in Marble Falls, we participated in that and joined it, and we ate a lot from those boxes too at our house.
Yeah. And so Coker Methodist. They were doing it, and there were some of us that had heard about it, and we wanted to participate in that. I had a family of 6, and so on an army salary, and so that was something good for me personally, and so we started picking up some boxes from them. And Mike Butler, who's still with our team, he was part of that, and even Rich Marini.
Yeah.
And we were working. They would bring the food over to the Rupel Center, and we would distribute it. It would be distributed out of there. And Mamie Coldwater and I went to the pastor and John Park at the time, and said, we'd like to kind of start this ministry, with our church. Would that be okay? And they were, yeah, sure, And so we started picking up loads and put it out to the congregation. If you, need something, this is how much it is, put the order in and we'll order. Excuse me. And so our first pickup vehicle was Mike Butler's plumbing truck. And so we would feed all those boxes into there and pick up from Coker. And then it got so big at Coker, we were picking up at Community Bible for a while. And in like August of 2010, for various reasons, they stopped doing angel food. Just that was it.
The whole angel food operation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And at that point in time, we had about 25 people that were getting the boxes, and a lot of them actually monies from church members had been donated for people. And so we had people that still wanted to give money towards that, and we had people that still needed food. Yeah. And so in September, I went to HEB and tried to buy off of the shelves at HEB with the money that we had, which didn't go quite as far as one would have hoped.
Yeah.
And my daughter, who is involved in nonprofits, said, "Mom, you need to join. You need to join up with the food bank."
Yeah.
And I said, "How do I do that?" And she said, "Here, let me help you fill out the paperwork." And we filled out the paperwork, and they approved us immediately.
Wow.
And I went to the training, and by October we were considered an agency, a partner agency.
And that kind of started what it's become now.
Yeah. So we started with about 24 people, 24 boxes, and
my goodness,
have grown over the years.
So going on, nearing that 15th anniversary then, probably somewhere around
So we
here.
started doing Bountiful Blessings affiliated with the food bank in October of 2010.
Wow.
So we've been doing it for a while.
Well, so we really are right at the 15th anniversary. We didn't, when we started this conversation, we hadn't really thought about that. Well, this is a 15th anniversary conversation now we're having. We'll just back in and make it look like we're smarter than we are. But oh man, that's wonderful. That's exciting. But,
so and we've gone from 24 and a plumbing truck to 191, and we were using Mark Johnson's. How long is that trailer? He's like 18. I don't know.
At least
it's four pallets. Deep, and then stuff on the side. We were doing that trailer, a 2-pallet trailer, 3 truck beds.
Yeah.
To last month we rented a U-Haul truck and we're able to get 8 pallets in that. So
growing pains.
Yeah.
Pains,
exactly. Finding different ways to make it work. We have been kind of landlocked because logistically we weren't able to transport more food than that. Yeah. So we didn't want to decrease the amount of food that the people were getting.
Yeah.
And so, because we average, I don't know, 10 to 12,000 pounds a month.
It's a lot.
So a lot of,
Well, what, going back to y'all's involvement, I mean, you were there from the beginning. What draws y'all to be involved in this ministry? What is it about it, of all the different ministries and opportunities, that cause y'all to give your time and energy and resources to this?
Well, I want to say the people. The people, no idle hands. You keep your hands busy, you keep your feet busy. There's something for everyone to do.
Yeah.
But mainly the people, the volunteers. We have all ages that come and help us, that are church members, and then we have people that aren't church members that come and help. Rich Marini has a exercise group, and he invites all the people that he exercises with, and they come and volunteer on Saturday mornings. This summer we had a great turnout with families bringing their children, with grandparents bringing their children. This summer it was great. A 3-year-old can carry a loaf of bread, I mean, and it's great, and it teaches our kids how to volunteer their time and volunteer as a family to give back to our community.
What's your guesstimate of the number of volunteers it takes to pull it off every month? I
was just working on the list for the ministry matching. I think we've got on our list, we've got about 63 people. 63. But
but that's kind of the regulars, or not so much. Yeah, some.
Regular is kind of a funny word with our ministry, because it's probably one of the easiest ministries to be a part of.
Yeah. Because
we've got a good pool of people.
Yeah.
And people come when they can.
Yeah.
It's if you can come one month and you can't come the next month, that's okay.
Yeah.
If you can come on Thursday from 10:30 till 12, that's okay. If you can come from 10:30 to 11:30, that's okay.
Yeah.
Every little bit that a person can give works out great.
Yeah.
And there's a few of us that, are there at the end.
Yeah.
Cleaning up or putting the last things away or whatever. But it's a really flexible ministry to be involved in, and we've got another group of volunteers that aren't even part of the church. There are like 3-4 ladies people. I guess there's a guy that's come also. 4 people from Frost Bank. They are given a certain number of volunteer days allotted per year.
Yeah.
And they chose us.
Supposed to do this. That's wonderful.
And so they come and when they can and work hard.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's really great. It's just, but probably on a Thursday, a good number is about 25 to 30.
Yeah. And then another crew on Saturday.
Yeah. And then another crew on Saturday. And Saturdays are a great opportunity for kids.
Yeah.
Because basically they're just pushing the baskets.
Yeah.
And so it's, and they can see the number of people that need help.
Yeah.
And they can feel like they're participating. Yeah. And so, even on Saturdays are great. Yeah.
As y'all have been doing this, Kelly, when did you and Mark get involved in it?
Oh goodness, when Ruth started 2000, I haven't even been keeping track of the
y'all
years.
Been involved a long time.
For a while.
What are some of the stories that come to mind from clients or volunteers of just what makes this ministry so meaningful?
every Saturday, people want to get out of their vehicles and come and hug Ruth. Everybody loves Ruth. She's like a surrogate grandmother or mother to so many, and every household has something going on, and she gets to hear what's going on in their families. She gets to pray with them. And when they come on Saturdays, we also get to pray with them, and they pray for us. I mentioned last Bountiful Blessings, my husband wasn't here. He was a little sore. He had something going on. And Ricardo says, let's pray for him. And Ricardo has hair down to his waist, and he's covered in tattoos. And he grabbed my hands, and he says, let's pray. That's going to help your husband get better. And that's what these families that come, they're in need, but we're also in need.
And you've gotten to know them. Yeah, exactly. It's a relate.
And
Ruth, am I right that you call pretty much all the families the week of to make sure that they're going to be able to be there? So there's a personal connection with each of these families every month that you make.
I know who's in the hospital. I know who's got cancer. I know who's kids are graduating. I know, and it's really neat because I'll call. You talk about so often you don't know really what the need is, and I'll call and I'll say, hi, this is Ruth from Trinity Baptist Church, and they'll go, oh, thank you, Jesus. I mean, I opened my cabinet this morning and I wasn't sure what I was going to have for dinner. And then it's next week.
Wow.
And you don't think about people being that desperate when we open our own refrigerator and you have to try to find a spot to put something, or something else falls out because So, and I get text messages from them at Mother's Day and at Christmas, wishing me, happy holidays, happy this, happy that. And we have prayed people through things. There was a guy who we just knew he was going to die. He's a nephew of one of the ladies that's been coming for a while. And from COVID, he started having liver problems. And they realized after tracking it back that he had heart damage from COVID. So not only was his heart having trouble, his liver, it was not feeding the liver, which now had trouble. And he was going to have like a double transplant. And we prayed for him for, I don't know, a year practically. Our Sunday school class for him, we've checked on him, prayed him through, trying to get insurance, tried it. And he has not had to have the transplant.
Wow.
He has recovered enough that he comes and picks his own box up.
Wow.
And so it's just, I've had family members that called me or wrote me when their loved one passed away, and they said, before she died, she wanted me to be sure to let you know. It's just incredible.
Far more than just handing out food, isn't it?
And that's why, in the beginning I said, primarily it's food. But then I say primarily, but not really. Because primarily it's the relationships that we have developed with all the people. It's really incredible. And we see miracles every month. This thing, and I know they're small. Sometimes they seem small, but it's obvious that they're miracles. I mean, this one lady called me on Thursday morning and just, say, I'm going to be there. But she said, my husband was at the laundromat and he was folding clothes from one load. And while he was doing that, somebody stole all of our sheets and towels out of a dryer, the other dryer. And I said, well, let me see what I can do. And I had, I said, what sizes do you need? Twin, queen, king. No, twin, full, king, queen, whatever. Big, all the sizes. And I said, well, I know I have a set of queen sheets that you can have. And I turned around to the few people that were standing there in the dining room, and I said, this lady just said she's lost her sheets. And Peggy McInturf said, what size does she need? And I said, she needs twin and full now. And she said, oh, I've got a set of twin sheets in the back of my car I was going to take to Goodwill today. Wow. Yeah. And Kelly turns around and said, I've got full sheets that I was going to get rid of. Yeah. And I mean, immediately God had answered that prayer. Yeah. And we see it all the time. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's like loaves and fishes lots of times, Excuse me.
That's wonderful.
We have people that walk up and say, no, I'm not on the list, but I was wondering if I could get a box. And I'll say, if you wait a few minutes, let me see, what happened. And he always provides for them.
Something's there.
And so it's just it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch God work.
Well, as we went through a visioning process a couple years ago and have been living into that, and as we film this, we're kind of final preparations of budget. So budget and mission and vision is very much on my mind right now, and we're starting to preach on it this weekend. One of the dreams was engage in transformative mission, that we want to grow in these ways. And what you are describing is that vision that's already been here, but continuing to come to life. That's transformative. What you're describing is exactly what we're wanting to grow in the church of these, the mission that changes us and grows us, missions that changes others, mission that gives God room to work in the world. And that's exciting. And it sounds like there's just stories about every month of something like that. You shared one earlier.
Yeah. Tell them about the benevolence part.
So we have a benevolence table also. And Donna Floyd helps with that, and Jolene and James and Barbara and myself. And a lot of times, we had a client that she was living in her car for a while, and she was homeless, living in her car, and she was able to get on her feet and get an apartment. Well, she needed things for her apartment. Our benevolence table had that. We have people at church that will come and donate things, and then we have our families that come. They want to donate stuff to us too from their homes, what they don't need. Yeah. So we have dishes, we have clothes, we have children's clothes. Yeah. If we have somebody that's in a specific need, a lot of children are starting school right now. Yeah. We have one family that Cheetah Harris will go and do some shopping for us, and she'll donate them to the family.
Yeah, she Cheetah is also involved in the Assistance League thrift store, and so she says, "Okay, tell me what sizes." And so they pulled immediately together. She's got the stuff. Yeah. We're gonna be able to give it to them on next week.
That's so amazing.
And the 6-year-old's gonna get to go to school with new blue jeans. Yeah, which is so important to a 6-year-old.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. It's a big deal. But well, friends, we could sit here for the rest of the day and tell stories, which is indicative of this ministry. One of my surprises as a brand new pastor was to look at our budget, and I had been hearing about Bountiful Blessings and attended a Thursday my first couple months here, and I thought, well, this isn't in the budget. Why do we not support this? But that's one of the incredible stories of the generosity of Trinity and the community. People give to the church very generously, but people give over and above to support it. And so I think from the beginning, right, the church really isn't in the budget because
it's never been
every
in the budget.
month the needs are met, and there's a healthy balance there. And it's just a kind of loaves and fishes story of there's always enough. And it's just incredible. And when you measure the mission impact of Trinity, it's so much than just, more than just a number on a page. It's this whole wide story that's happening.
Yeah, we have Sunday school classes and individuals that give monthly. And have for always. And I was telling you before, I said, you always have to be careful what you promise God, what kind of deals you make with God, because I had told him way back, when I was not sure how things were going to go. I said, okay, Lord, I'll keep doing this as long as you give me the money and the people to feed, and dadgummit, he keeps doing it.
No, it's incredible.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, Ruth, for that original vision and 15 years, and Kelly for all you and Mark. And we could go through a list, right, of quite a few people.
Absolutely.
It's very, very rewarding.
Y'all are just the unlucky two that have to sit down and visit with me today. And again, learning that it's near the 15th anniversary is special as we lift this up and celebrate this. And so, friends, if you want a great ministry to get involved in, Thursdays, starting about what time?
We usually ask them to be there by 10.
By 10, and something for everybody to do. Saturday morning, starting pretty early.
7:30.
About 7:30, start delivering to families.
But we're done by 11.
Yeah,
and it plenty of time to do
most of the time about the third week of the month, right? It differs.
Second to third, depends on the church calendar.
But we always have it announced, and there's room for everybody once or every week. And so a lot of good opportunities to get involved. Any final thought you'd want to share?
It's an awesome ministry, and God's really seems to be using it. So, and we'd love anybody that wants to come and play with us.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
We'd love to have you, because we get a lot of blessings from it, but we also get a lot of blessings from each other. Yeah. We got a great group of people, and everybody's congenial, and it's. You can always see God's hand in it. It's fun to watch him.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank y'all for joining me. Friends, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like these videos, share these stories of what God is doing at Trinity Baptist Church with those, and invite others to join in. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Pastor.
Y'all are good at this. That can put me out of a job. That was fantastic. That was really good. Yeah.